Hi, I'm Iyare, and this is Direct Edition. Welcome to the show. As ever, we have a satisfyingly fat stack of the latest comic books to check out, so stay right where you are and we'll get stuck in. Writer, artist and creator of the Max, Sam Keith, brings his unmistakable style to Batman Confidential for a new story. In Ghost, we see the Batman on the trail of a mysterious serial killer who targets the homeless on the streets of Gotham, leaving only a sulphurous residue in his wake. Now, I suspect that opinion on Keith's stylized version of Batman is going to be split, but personally, I loved what he's done here. The distorted figures and the impressionist style is, for me, well suited to the supernatural detective story Keith weaves, and he whips up a highly atmospheric and spooky mood, putting the Batman in jeopardy up against a satisfyingly threatening foe. So you can check it out for yourselves. It's out now. Batman Confidential issue 40. In issue 5 of Jeff Lemire's beautiful Sweet Tooth series, poor naive little Gus is about to learn a harsh lesson about life. In Wolverine Weapon X number 8, we find the penultimate part of the Insane in the Brain story. Jason Aaron reveals exactly how Wolverine has been trapped in the Dunswich Sanatorium. There's also great art from Yannick Paquette on this one too. If you're a fan of action in comic books, you'll want to check out Savage Dragon number 156, as Eric Larson has the two dragons duke it out for the entire issue. Sword number 2 is out this week, and Kieran Gillen juxtaposes comedic, fast-paced dialogue against a series of cruel, xenophobic alien deportations. We're getting into the Fall of the Hulks event, and the whole thing is gathering momentum nicely as Jeff Loeb and the marvellous John Romita Jr. take us to the funeral of General Thunderbolt Ross. For Thunderbolt's send-off, we get appearances from Doc Samson, Ben Grimm, A-Bomb and Bruce Banner amongst others, which really puts the fun into Funeral. This is a well-executed book. The script is well-balanced with moments of drama, emotion and wit, and it's beautifully realised as we'd expect a John Romita Jr. book to be. It's also got a great big surprising reveal at the end, so grab it while you can. Fall of the Hulks, Gamma. There are still a few books left over from 2009 that we missed, so a quick roundup would start off with Superman 695, in which Monel takes on Bizarro Superman as life in Metropolis goes on without the actual Superman. Irredeemable number 9 offers up a little backstory on the Plutonian and the Paradigm as Mark Waid's superhero saga continues. In the final part of the Ares mini-series, his squad of trainees return to help him and earn for themselves the only fate that can possibly await soldiers of the God of War. In Fantastic Four 574, it's Franklin's birthday, but no occasion in the Richards family can pass without some kind of drama. Our hero still has no clue, but an unexpected killer is revealed in part 3 of Brubaker and Phillips's current criminal story, The Sinners. Crossed number 8 is a rare issue of respite from the ultra-sex violence for Garth Ennis's extreme post-apocalyptic nightmare. In The Amazing Spider-Man number 616, Peter Parker faces the fact that sometimes spider powers aren't enough to assure a happy ending. In Secret Warriors number 11, we get a little more info about the secret organization of bad guys known as Leviathan, as Nick Fury makes final preparations to go on the offensive. Number 860 is another awesome looking issue of Batwoman in Detective Comics. We continue with Kate's backstory, finding out exactly how she came to don the mask. And finally, Robert Kirkman displays a sadistic streak as he scribes not one, but 2 simultaneous global threats for Invincible to cope with in issue number 69.
And I'm sorry I let you down to the ground, but who cares now? We could be up in the clouds, up in the clouds. We could be up in the clouds.
As we enter the third act of the Blackest Night saga, it's great to realise that the quality and momentum have been sustained during this entire crossover event. It's just so well executed. It's beautifully drawn by Ivan Rice, and DC have clearly pulled out all the stops. Each book in this mini-series so far has just been a thing of beauty in and of itself. I think, though, what I'm most enjoying about Blackest Night, and this is testament to the prowess of writer Jeff Johns, is just how thoughtfully the series has been constructed. There is a satisfying logic to the events, characters act in realistic ways, and all of the twists and surprises are unexpected and yet have a solid plausibility about them. Tricky concepts like superhero death and resurrection, which in lesser hands can feel cheesy or worse, lazy, feel right in this series. I've been totally won over by Blackest Night, a complete reversal of how I felt about something like Final Crisis. I lost interest in that before the end. I just can't wait, though, to see how Blackest Night turns out. Issue 6 is out now. Whilst we're on the subject of Blackest Night, Wonder Woman and Green Lantern both appear briefly in issue 6. And if you want to see the full account of their Blackest Night adventures in closer detail, be sure to grab Blackest Night Wonder Woman issue 2 and Green Lantern issue number 49. There's more blood-splattered supernatural gore courtesy of the superstar team-up of Robert Kirkman and Todd McFarlane in Haunt issue number 4. Also out this week is Ultimate Spider-Man number 6, and Brian Michael Bendis turns in a script that feels a little like Spidey 90210, which, as strange as that sounds, works really well. In Superman World of New Krypton number 11, the intriguing drama set against Kryptonian society continues. I particularly like the art from Pete Woods and Ron Randall on this issue. The first issue of the Siege miniseries sees Norman Osborn, with the manipulative encouragement of Loki, mobilize all of his forces for an assault on, of all places, Asgard. Hence the title Siege. Now you might think, even as crazy as Norman is, even he would have reservations about taking on what amounts to a city full of Nordic gods. And you'd be wrong, because Norman leaps into this one two-footed. Perhaps this is the psychotic act we've been waiting for to precipitate the end of Norman's dark reign. It certainly feels like a major event, as Brian Michael Bendis draws onto the stage big Marvel U players like Captain America and Iron Man. And from the outset, Olivier Coipel knocks the pencils clean out of the park for this one. Add to that the fact that Marvel has given this mini-series production values pretty close to the best they can manage in floppies, and Siege would appear to be the first major comic book event of 2010. As such, if you've been into Marvel events and been following them through House of M, Civil War, into Secret Invasion and Dark Reign, you'll want to strap in for Siege. And if not, this is a good time to jump in and join in the kind of Marvel event fun. Siege issue number 1 is out now. This is Iyare signing out for another issue of Direct Edition. Make sure you join us next time for more brand new comic books. In the meantime, keep sending us your comments and your questions. Keep rating us, and if you're feeling the show, let somebody know. And don't forget, support the people who support us and allow us to bring you this show each week. Their details are scrolling past my face as I speak right now. So we'll catch you next time on Direct Edition.